welcome to Sweet Annie's Life. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back, and thank you for joining our tribe or our community, or whatever you choose to call it. But today we are going to be looking at one more herb, and then we will probably be going back in the kitchen for a little bit because I wanted to introduce you to certain herbs and all that before we actually go back into the kitchen. So we was doing this for probably 2 months or so now. So I think it is time to go back into the kitchen for a little bit, because a lot of you are interested in the kitchen segments. So that is what we will be doing for a little bit. So today, the herb that I'm going to introduce y'all to is thyme. And a lot of times we sleep on thyme, but don't sleep on thyme. Thyme is so good for you. I mean, it has so much benefits. I really didn't know how much benefits it had until I was constantly really doing the research for these herbs, because when I grew up, and she used to plant our herbs and our food and all of that in that garden. And then we had our chickens and ducks and all those different things in the yard as well. So enough chit chat about that though. But what I wanted to let you know, I grew up with this herb all around me, using it from the time I knew myself. Subsequent to that, when I got my home and I planted my garden, I had this herb inside of my garden as well. And I just used it as an ordinary cooking spice, but it had so much medicinal uses that you would just be shocked. So I am going to go through some with you, and then I'm going to show you, because this is my thyme. This is some dry thyme. It is summertime now, so I am going to be getting some fresh thyme, which I will probably put somewhere in a sunny area in the house. But this is my dry thyme, and I've been drinking it for the past couple of days, and because it's good for which I didn't know, but it is good for the throat and the lungs and everything, and it is good for colds and coughs and flu, and it is just so much. It just has so much benefits. So I know that this is just a sit down video today, but I really wanted to go through some of these benefits and the uses of the thyme for you, because we sleep on this herb. A lot of us do not use this herb in our diet, and we can see the state of the world these days, because we're not blind, neither are we living under a rock. So we can see the state of the economy and the world these days. So we also have to look at taking care of our health, taking our health back, and not only our health physically, but mentally and emotionally and spiritually and everything. We need to go back to that, because if you don't, you would always be living in fear. So I know that This was a lot of talk, but for those of you that are new to this channel, I would have said before that this channel does not only come on and do recipes, also share life stories. I share things like that. So this is for the people that are new to this channel. But I want to also introduce you to one of my herbal books. And this one is The Herbal Kitchen. And this is one that has a lot of the more kitchen herbs that we deal with. And in this one is where we're going to take some of the benefits for this herb. Let's just look at the properties of this herb. It is antibacterial, anti-catarrh, antifungal, antiviral, antioxidant, antispasmodic, carminative, and it's an expectorant, and it's a nervine. I really did not know, and I'm telling you the truth, I really did not know that thyme had such great benefits. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Do not sleep on thyme. All right. And then let's look at some of the benefits that I have here written down as well. It is good for sore throats, cough, and bronchitis. It can be used as a mouthwash for dental cavities and gum disease. It can be used on acne. You can make like a tincture and just put some on a cotton wool and dab it on the acne. It contains lots of vitamins and minerals that boost your immune system. It encourages white blood cell formulation. It is good for digestive upsets and worms. So this is also good for worms, including stomach flus and diarrhea and intestinal problems and worms. It is good for seizures, antispasmodic, which means it treats, and it can help treat epilepsy. One of the books, I can't remember which one, but it says the Romans believed that eating thyme before and during meals would cure poisoning. But let's see how we can use thyme. Obviously, we use it in our foods, but these are some other ways that you can use it. You can use it as a herbal water, herbal drinks, herbal smoothies, herbal vinegar, herbal oil, herbal butter, herbal ghee, herbal pesto, herbal sprinkle, herbal bath, or foot soak. It is so much ways that you can use thyme. And I don't have to tell you how to make a tea. But for me, when I'm making my tea, I would normally do is just steep the water, put probably 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon of whatever herb it is, whether it be thyme or whatever, the herbs to steep in the water for about 15 minutes or so. And then you have your tea. You could sweeten it with what you want to sweeten it with. I would normally sweeten mine with just a little honey, or maybe a half of a teaspoon of cane sugar or something. But this is my thyme oil, because what I am going to do with this oil is I normally make herbal oils. So I am going to use this. This is in some avocado oil, and this is a pint bottle. So this would be enough for me and my family. And if you have to stir fry anything, or you have to use, you will use it for deep frying, of course, but if you have to use a little bit of oil for an egg or whatever, you can use this thyme herbal oil. So this is my thyme oil. And as I told you, I had some of the things that you can do with thyme, because you can also make a thyme tincture, which is what I am going to make. You can make a herbal syrup with thyme syrup, just like I showed y'all how I made my chamomile syrup. So you can make a thyme syrup the same way. I think I showed y'all the elderberry syrup. You can make the thyme syrup basically the same way. So what I wanted to let y'all know, do not sleep on thyme, because this is such a healthy herb for you. Just make sure you put it in your herbal regimen, because it's just an ordinary kitchen herb that you can use in so much ways. So I just wanted to share this with you, and I hope that this video was a little informative for you, because we should need to know how to use herbs to cure certain things. But if you're a person that obviously, for whatever reason, cannot use herbs, then you can leave it out. But just remember that this herb, it has no side effects. It does not affect you in any way, because it's just an ordinary cooking herb, and it has no side effects. So I am going to label my oil, and I'm going to leave it in a dark place for maybe I'll probably leave it for about 2 weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks or so. I don't have to leave it that long. I just like to leave it because I like to get all of what I need to get out of the actual oil. So I'll leave it for a while. But in the meantime, I will be using my thyme tea. So if you enjoyed this video, I want to thank you for joining me. And also remember, let your light shine, and always, always, always spread the love. I know sometimes it is hard out there, but just spread the love. So thank you so much for joining me, and have an awesome day and week till I see you or hear you again.